Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Hello Dave. We have a bunch of stuff to talk about this week, so let's just dive right into it. I actually want to start with just answering a quick question that I have had numerous times over the last couple of weeks. A lot of people have been asking me in the comment sections if I'm going to be playing StarField. Yes, I am going to be playing StarField. I am planning to play StarField quite a lot. I'll be talking more about that when we get to the live streams at the end of this video, and I talk about what live streams coming up this week, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, I am definitely planning on making content around StarField, guides, tutorials, all the usual stuff that you've been used to from me on this channel. You can expect to see that for StarField as well when it comes out here in a very short amount of time. But before we get to that, let's go and talk about some of the more regular games that I usually cover here in Hello Dave. And we're going to start in Star Citizen this week. A ship Showdown is currently running. That means right now the bracket system is running. We can go in and you can vote for the different ships. There is also a free fly event doing this. The free fly event starts on Thursday, the 31st of August. That is on Thursday this week. And it lasts a week until September 7th. The top 8 ships for the Ship Showdown tournament is going to be available to everybody in game, so you will have access to them. You can play all these ships that's going to be in the top 8 brackets in the tournament. We already know some of them. We know the Arrow is going to be there, the Redeemer, the Vulture, the Taipan, or Terrapin even. Wow, Terrapin. It looks like that today the Corsair is going to win. So if that's true, then we'll also get the Corsair. If you are interested, if you don't have a Star Citizen account already, you can go to getstarcitizen.d2ea.com and you can create your account from there. And then you'll also help me out a little bit. Now, there is an interesting outcome in the brackets already. That is the Carrack. The Carrack is out in round 1. What's up with that? Usually the Carrack is a good candidate to win the Ship Showdown, become the final most popular ship. It's done so in the past. This year is just out in round 1. Nobody likes the Carrack anymore, it seems. I was surprised it went out so quickly. In other news from Star Citizen, 320 is live. At the time of this recording, Wave 1 and 2 now have access to the PTU. Now with this 320 update, we got a number of new things to play with in-game. One of them, of course, being these Serapin station, which is a bit of a disappointment if you ask me. It replaces Port Olisar, which has always been small, unique little station. I think a lot of people have a lot of feelings around Port Olisar because it's, if you've been in the game for a while, it would have been your first spawn location where everybody started. It holds a special place for everybody, but it's never really been up to the standard of other stations, and that's why it's now been replaced with this Seraphin's station instead. And the Seraphin station is exactly the same as all the other stations that we've been used to now. So there's nothing special about it. It's just a normal station like all the other ones. But one of the new game mechanics that's in-game is the new cargo transfer. I haven't had a chance to play around with it, but from what I've seen in chats when I talk to people on the PTU is it's quite buggy and it's not really working so well in the PTU server, so that seems to be something that needs to be fixed before it goes live. We got some new missions. We now got these illegal salvage cover-up missions. I have been playing around with them. They pay well, like really well. Like, go salvage a Cutlass Black, and you get 80,000 as a bonus, and that is like usually we've been used to that we have to pay for the missions, but now you actually get paid to complete them. Obviously, they are illegal missions as you're covering up the ship, and you need to complete it within an hour. If you don't complete the salvage operation within an hour, the mission's gonna fail and the bonus gonna be forfeit. But they can be quite profitable. You could even get hammerheads where you're gonna be paid 250,000 if you manage to complete it within an hour, which is a lot of money. I've tried it in a solo Vulture. Not really working. I can't really salvage it fast enough. We also got a new ship, Misk Hull C. Had a brief tour of one. Overall, it's a Misk ship. It's very big. It's way bigger than I thought it would be. And I'm planning to do a full ship tour on it when I manage to get some proper footage, and the server was not behaving too well the day I was in, so I didn't really like the quality of the footage. It was stuttery. So I'm going to try to get some better one for you guys, and I'm going to do a proper ship tour of it, and then maybe a full-on ship review when it comes into the live servers. One of the biggest things that's also been changed in this update is a massive update to Arena Commander, where we have a bunch of different game modes, anything from like team-based PvP, free-for-all, Battle Royale type modes, to PvE missions, those kind of things. loads and loads of options. Also like a number of on foot scenarios you could go in and play if you want to do some more first-person PPU. And there's even, I think, 2 different tank battle modes where you just duke it out in tanks against each other, which is actually quite fun. The physics with the tanks it's quite messed up right now. It feels like the tanks have very little mass, and any bump just sends them flying and tumbling all over the ground. So there's something wrong with the physics on the tanks right now, so it's quite finicky. But once they get that solved, I could see the tank fights could be quite interesting, quite fun. Okay, moving over to Elite. Gold Rush running right now. There is a community goal right now where they are buying loads of platinum to very good prices. So people are making huge amount of money. So just a quick service announcement: if you are in Elite and you want to make a quick buck, then get out your mining laser and go and mine. Check out the this week's community goal before it completes, as there is billions and billions to be made. I saw reports, people were talking about it over on my Discord server. I saw reports that people were making up at around like $1 billion for a 2-hour round trip, which is extremely good. It's like brand days of money. So if you don't have a fleet carrier, you're planning to make that last bit of gold, then now is the time to do so. Frontier has also announced a new update that's coming to Elite, which will come out actually tomorrow on the 29th. There will be a server downtime, there will be in-game messages. I think they're planning the usual 3-4 hours. It will always take longer than expected. So expect some downtimes on the servers tomorrow while Frontier is applying patch 16.01. Normally I wouldn't really bother much with these smaller minor point patches because they're so small. But this one actually, like size-wise, Frontier has said that it's going to be like 186 megabytes of download, which is quite big for just like a bug fixing patch. So unless they like just had some graphical issues they needed to fix, it's a substantial size patch for what it is, for a bug fixing patch, which is why I'm mentioning it here, and also just to let you know that the servers will be down tomorrow. Talking about server downtimes, actually as I'm recording this, there is also some server issues with login and people getting kicked off the servers and stuff like that. But what I really wanted to talk about is the issues that seems to have been persistent. I actually reported on it a while back in a Hello Dave, where I also said that the issue seems to have been resolved, which unfortunately is far from the case. Fleet carrier jump times are still very long. Which is kind of weird. I know that, of course, we just talked about there's a gold rush, so more players on the servers, but we are still right now seeing an all-time low in the number of active players in Elite. Compared to what we've seen at any point in Elite's history, we've never seen as few players in the game as we do right now. So I find it kind of weird that we are still seeing these longer fleet carrier jump timers. And I still think that my original guess that what Frontier has just scaled down the servers and might have overdone it a little bit, I still think that's true, which is why we're seeing these frequent, very long jump times on fleet carriers. People have been reporting they're sitting, waiting for an hour just to have the fleet carrier do the jump. Yeah, it's annoying. It's very annoying, and especially for people who are out in the black. I mean, you could be at the other end of the galaxy, and because there's a gold rush going on in the bubble, you can't move your fleet carrier, which kind of doesn't really make a lot of sense from a game perspective, but from a server perspective, it does kind of make sense as it's all the same servers. But yeah, anyway. Okay, live stream tomorrow. There will of course be a live stream at the usual time spot. I think actually, let me check my calendar. Yes, there will be a live stream at the usual spot tomorrow. I couldn't remember if I had something, but I had don't. Usual spot, 7 o'clock. DMT, live stream here on YouTube, and I will be playing Star Citizen with the 320 update out. We're going to go and we're going to play around with that. Might give you a tour around Seraphim Station if you are interested in that. We might go and play around with Arena Commander, maybe do sort of new illegal cover-up salvage missions. They're just normal salvage missions. You make a little bit more money from them, but overall, we'll definitely find something. If nothing else, we always jump into the tank battle mode, which I have quite a bit of fun with. There will be more live stream this week. There's actually a slight bit change. Usually I will be posting videos on Wednesday and Saturday. There will be a video out Wednesday today, as usual. The Saturday video, I might not post a video on that because I bought the premium deluxe whatever package for Star Citizen so that it would get the early access to it. That means that I'm likely going to get access to the game Friday, hoping they said up to 5 days early. Nah, we'll see. If I'm lucky, I'll get access to the game Friday. If I do, I will be streaming Friday evening. As soon as I have access to StarField, you can expect that there will be a live stream coming up very shortly after. And then we're going to be playing some StarField, and I'm planning to be streaming a lot over the weekend. So if you want to go and watch some StarField gameplay, then do stay tuned to the channel. And the reason why I'm keeping the Saturday spot open is because if I'm going to be streaming all weekend, I'm not sure I'm going to have the time to also make the video. And I also want to keep the spot open in case I could do something with some information from the live streams, something like that. We'll see. But regardless, there will be some StarField live streams at the end of this week as well. So I hope you will tune into those too. That's been for this week. Thanks for watching, and until next time, I'll see you guys in space.